Okay, so this is official now. I'm back in my house. I'll take down the other video in a few minutes, but I was just, so I am Lori LaRose. I have Active Stamping here on Facebook. I'm also on Instagram. I actually just was trying to think in my brain that I was going to get this guy, do a little Instagram reel of stamping and coloring the crazy fun hamburger. Hi Betty, how you doing? Anyways, what was I going to say? Oh, and I live in Rocky Mountain House. I live out on a farm. We have bison actually, which makes us kind of fun, kind of different and crazy. But my mom, I'm so lucky because my mom just lives a little tiny bit away, and I was over visiting with her, having a visit, and all of a sudden I was like, it's 8 o'clock. And so even though I knew I was just barely able to make it as the door, we were talking away, you know. It's hard to say bye sometimes, even though we see each other just about every day. Anyway, so I just thought, oh, just in case people are looking and being like, where is that girl? So here I am. Here I am. Hi, Sharon. How are you doing? So Sharon and I, we didn't go together, but we went to the same play, again, small town. We went for a delicious dinner on Saturday night, I think. So there's a community hall, and they have been putting on, it's called Stage Right. If you are local to Rocky, if there are still tickets available for next weekend, I do highly recommend it. Great food right off the bat, no dishes by me, woohoo, double win. And then a really fun show by community actors here in town, and it's funny and it's good, hey. And so yeah, Sharon and her husband were there that night as well, so that was kind of fun. We were right up close. I would have liked to have, I thought we were sitting one table back actually, Sharon. That's where I thought in my mind when I bought it, where I was. But anyways, there it is. But yeah, it was fun. We were laughing, and it went. So this to me is a good sign. It was over, and it was like, it's over. Like, it didn't seem like, oh God, is it going to be over soon? No, I was like laughing. It was so funny. Anyways, okay. So making cards is what I do. Have been doing it for 22 years. Laughing because I just pulled out, I have a handful actually. If there's local people who would like some wooden stamps, I got to figure out how to organize. I'm in the process of clearing out some of my stuff, and one of my friends was like, let's do a yard sale. So we're thinking of doing a group yard sale, a crafting sale. And so keep your ears peeled, and send me your email address, and then I can let you know, hey, we're having the yard sale at my girlfriend's place on blah blah blah, and we're thinking midweek actually. She doesn't want to do a Saturday, so we'll see how that goes. But yeah, touch base with me and say, hey, when are you thinking you're doing it? Otherwise, just keep listening, because when we name it, you know, that whole week for sure I'll be talking about it. But I have wooden stamps still, and I found just recently a whole little case of ones that they're loose. Some of them were supposed to be like this one. I think maybe was an incentive stamp period, and this one definitely, oh see, no, this one wasn't then, but this was definitely, I don't know how to make you be able to see it, but they're great for the back of a card. So I've pulled that one out, and I'm like, oh, I need that one. It says, have a sunny day. So that'll be on the back of my card if you get a card from me. And we could make some fun. If you, good. Yeah, you were sort of, you were in a nice spot back there. I got to eat faster than you though, I think. Anyways, I did double desserts as well. They had really good chocolate cake and cheesecake. Well, A, who could decide? And B, they told us at the beginning they had enough food for us to have doubles. So I was like, I'll take doubles, thanks. Okay, I'm going to pop you guys down. I'm going to work on a card idea. I just found a card that I actually am like, dang, that's clever to do that. And I'm not sure how I'm going to work. We're going to have to figure it out. But anyways, here we go. Put this down here. I've got messages coming across the top of my, spit it out, Lori. Go ahead. Thing, and I'm like, who's texting all like crazy right now? Okay, there we go. Okay, so this was the card that I made the other night. Segue, really quick and easy. And I have figured out that there's quite a few. There's not just a couple, but Bistro Burger. Don't buy it as a bundle. That is like a tongue twister. Bistro Burger, not a bundle. You want to buy the separate 163648. key that in. It's on a really decent deal. It's like $19 and some cents. And so are the dies. And the dies are as fun. So the dies don't just cut this out. The dies are actually, as you can tell from this, there's got to be quite a few. There's 15 dies and there's only 3 that are shapes, right? So you might even only just almost only want the dies. But this is just a cute one to have in your stash. Can I just say, this is good for your collection. It's got some potential. So I just was showing, like, for scrapbooking, if you're not a scrapbooker, it just makes, like, and I had thought the other night, I really do think, imagine having this as your place card for a summer picnicky kind of a thing, or on a buffet table, having the words written of what kind of dips you have or whatever, and you could have them back to back. They faced each other, drew their swords and shot each other. So, you know what? You literally could put them, they are pretty much symmetrical. So you literally could put them, and it would be two-sided essentially. And you could just have it plain black and white. So anyways, this is a recommend. The other one that is a must-have, I don't know if I have just this to show you, and then I'll move along. But this, so take a look at the things. If you're from Canada and you don't have a demo, or you're not like sure what's going on and you're like, what? I never heard anything like that. If you need any help and you're in Canada, I would love to help you out and be your demo gal. So this one is called Leaf Collection, and it's only $14. It's the whole stamp, just one and done. In this case, it's embossed, so it's not quite done. But anyways, all right. So I got an idea here. I'm going to set it to the side a little bit. We're going to work out here. And hi, Roz, how you doing? How was your weekend? What did everybody else do? You all found out that I went to a party. Going to a party. Oh, I have this here. This is also on sale. I am not sure about the pricing. You have to look it up yourself. And I'm not sure if the stamp set is even on sale, period. So I can't remember what the other set was. Sorry, I'm just getting some card stuff here. Hold on a second. I am not sure. Sorry. I was over visiting with my mom instead of being over here. I have classes, so I make cards with the kids at the schools. I'm talking staccato because I'm trying to figure out what I'm actually saying. Okay, this one is not on sale, but it's disappearing, so I think I'll work with it actually. And what will look good with it? That's a question. Frosted Forest, I'm really surprised. It's also retiring. So FYI, again, I'm not sure how that one's all working together. I think it has 3 pieces, and all 3 pieces are going by the wayside. Golly, Blessings of the Home. What the heck? Is it even real? Oh, I don't know where Bird's Eye View is right now, but this would be cute maybe. I just love Bird's Eye View. Now, will that kind of work? It could. All right. Does anybody have a set they'd like to see me working with? It's going to be quite different than this other one. This will work. This will work. This will work. Okay. So now, knowing this, now I can go find some colors. Hi, Patricia. We're just figuring out what I'm putting together tonight. If this is your first time kind of scrolling past me, just know in your heart of hearts it's going to be wonderful. I never know what I'm doing until I get here, just FYI. And so, there it is. I think I have. That'd be awesome. I do. Perfect. I have one little critter cut out already, so that's a handy. Keisha helps me do my Creativity for Everyone. It's a site that all of you guys can join and be part of. And this week is Highland Heather. Her beautiful Highland Heather that she has, the image, she picks such beautiful graphics. So I do recommend popping over. I recommend joining, why the heck not? But there it is. So yeah, go take a peek at how beautiful she makes things be. How beautiful she makes things be. How's that for bad English? Okay. All right. I have an idea. Oh, I have an idea. A song to sing. Okay. Black ink. Again, my Memento black ink is inside of an old white pad. do go back a couple days. I should make a note. I should put on the back of here as I keep showing it. What day did I do that? When you buy the white blank, you get a whole new one of these guys. And I don't use my white craft enough that I even used the one that I already had bought. I wouldn't have needed to buy, anyways, bottom line, I'm old stamper, remember? So in the old days, I actually bought my white craft ink pad full, and then at one point I needed to buy a re-inker, but I didn't even finish that. So I have a whole re-inker. So I was tinting my re-inker with colors, and I colored this little guy, and I do recommend that. But this is, I recommend changing your ink pads, changing your black memento to this. I recommend not buying a black memento if you are, excuse me, if you're just starting to stamp. And this again is a great reason to touch base with me and be like, I'd like you to tell me more ideas like that. Well, I have so many ideas. Let me help you. Excuse me. Seriously though, I do. So I love for you to have the best value going. So touch base with me. If you need a demonstrator in Canada, I would love to help you. And Wednesday nights, we just started a new month again. We have a subscription group that meets on Wednesdays. And that you don't actually have to be Canadian because you're shopping your own stash. So you can come and join me. We'll figure out how to make a payment. I have yet to have an international player, but we'll figure it out for sure. And we can see how that goes. Oh, I want these books for sure. So I'll stamp those guys too. But yeah, because it's no product, you're going to shop your own stash. So what the girls do, I share an idea of a card, and I've shared a couple sort of here in front of you so that you have some idea. Usually a fancy fold of type. This week is a bit of a fancy fold again, but you can get started right away, and it's $50 for the month, and you get private Facebook group, the PDF, and all sorts of inspiration and ideas, and the camaraderie betwixt us, and it's pretty fun. I think it's really lovely. Right, so that is summer. Maybe I'll pull in a little tiny bit of that. Hang on. These books I'm going to make, I'm going to use the browns. So I do need to do a little bit of new math. Starting on April 14th, all demos, all customers, everybody, the rewards program is going to change. So up to this point, we've had a host rewards. Sorry, I'm just looking. These are the skin tones blends, and they're super fun. And so I'm just wondering, books, if I want to go bright or brown. I think I'm going to go brighter, actually. I do love me a skin tone, but we're going to leave that. And I'm going to pull in some blues. All right, here we go. You wonder how my place gets messy. I'm going to zoom you out for 1 second, and you can see just from this very second, that's just from the last 3 minutes, for goodness sakes. Hi, Brenda, how you doing? It gets kind of crazy, kind of fast around here. Let's just say that. All right, I'm going to go with, I love this color, Blueberry Light. I'm going to go dark first then. Oh, that's Azure. I don't think Azure is going to look very good. I really love Misty Moonlight, so I'm hoping this is Misty. It is. Well, that's Azure too. Maybe I like Azure. Where's my blueberry? This must be blueberry. Okay, so I like to take my dark first and pretend there's a light source, which there is in fact, and go where I think there would be shadows. And ironically, there's going to be shadows everywhere. What do I know? And I'm going to color this whole thing this color. And I'm realizing that I'm coloring 2 books the same, right on top of each other. That's okay. There's enough in there. And then I get quiet because I'm thinking. So Brenda helps me with tray favors that I make. She's totally making, we're making, I guess I should totally say now, for our hospital. We're part of the Ladies Hospital Auxiliary, or the Hospital Auxiliary now it's called. And we do little tiny placards, narrow, like 2 3/4 inches wide, and they stand up on their trays. They're kind of fun. So we do seasonal ones for that. And she was good enough. Thank goodness somebody. I need an army to keep me on track. So she's my auxiliary lady, keeper me on track person. Keisha's my in the zone here, keeper me on track person. If you know of something I should be keeping on track of, you can chime in and say, I can help you keep on track on this. I'll be like, okay, we're set. Now, you know what? I think I'm going to do this one. That'll be like all in keeping with the same tone of all the same colors. Oh, you know what? I'm lying though. That's okay. I'll make him different. So in case you're wondering, I was kind of talking about an idea. I'll show you my idea when I'm done. But in reality, this is a Coastal Cabana. Was that dark that I was doing? That might have been Dark Pool Party. Ooh, that's dark. So we used to have a different kind of blends, like years and years ago. Mine's still totally juicy. Supposedly, we got rid of them because they weren't juicy. Clearly mine is too juicy. And I'm not sure if there is Coastal Cabana still. I'm not sure where my other Coastal Cabanas are. Let's go with that for sure. Let's see how much it blends. Ooh, am I eating it up and blending it? It was also a blend of sorts, an alcohol marker. Oh, that looks kind of good. Okay. And then these guys here, this is 800. What's it going to be? That is too yellow. I feel like I could maybe do, actually, Balmy Blue might be nice. I think this is Sea Spray. I was going to say, that's Seaside Spray. Light Balmy Blue might be nice. So just a couple strokes in there. I have trouble leaving things white because I feel like they're just unfinished. Perfect. So this set, I'm blanking. It does not have dies, so we're cutting no matter what. So I'll just go ahead and cut that out, and we'll see how we're going here. If you are just trailing along, I never got through to this yet. I actually don't prep, and so you get to see. Oh, I just realizing that actually I was. Did you notice when I was doing it, it was it bled a little tiny bit because it was so wet. Okay, perfect. And this little guy, I'm going to pull in I pulled out, and I'm not sure if this is the best colors or not. Somebody do help me. Ugh, no, that's not great, but that'll work. I'm going to color him peach. I'm going to color him some peach, because why not? I think peach will look okay with that. And just to be speedy, I've got another one here, so he's going to come in, and I think he'll look okay. And then we'll color him in. So I'm going to do some dark. I say I cheat all the time, but wherever Stampin' Up! Has put, their artists have put some lines, that's where I put my dark. So that's my theory, and then I add a little extra here and there. Good places underneath the wing would be a little bit dark, maybe all the way around the wing, and such. And then I do the other guy. What was I saying? I can't remember. Anyways, I don't really have a plan before I get going. So if it seems like I don't know what I'm doing, I do know what I'm doing. I just don't know what we're doing. How's that sound? So sometimes you get me saying, hey, what color should I use? What color do you like with this? If somebody knows Create Ink, I think it's Create Ink Lab or something like that, and they want to put in Highland Heather and Peach Pie, tell me what base I should use or another color to use with it. It'll probably come up, boing. There's no suggestions for that craziness. What are you thinking? Add in a little tiny bit of blueberry and that will really get boinged out. some peacock. I got a lot of colors going on here, but that's okay. It's springtime. It should be bright and beautiful instead of, it's kind of a dreary day today in my country, in my town. I think it was bright and sunny in the city of Calgary. And I'm going to be really crazy, and this guy's going to have a blue nose. Woohoo, I love it. Okay, so now I get to cut him out as well. And my suspicion is he's going to be gone. I do love this set, but I'm going to think that he's gone. The other book kit set that we had recently, what was it called? Library? Not positive. It's already getting on the last chance. Makes me sad. So when I'm cutting, I like to move the paper, not the scissors. I just close the scissors as I'm cutting, but I turn the paper around and around. Usually, not always, but usually that gives you a little bit smoother cut. And I do cut with a white edge instead of trying to do right along the black or whatever. If you cut with a little bit of white, especially if you're going to put it on white, it doesn't make any difference then. But if you cut with a little tiny bit of white, A, you have a little bit of trim space, and B, it just doesn't, I don't know, it just works better. And it's kind of like a little bit of a shadow or something, so it works, I think. So we need a sentiment for this as well. So that is some of the pieces that we'll work with. We want to have some Highland Heather. And I'm pretty sure this is 5.5. So maybe I'll do the base of it being Highland Heather. And we'll come in with another something since this is totally a base. Maybe magically, I want to have a circle. And maybe magically a circle will appear before my eyes. Doo-doo! Looking as I'm saying it. Oh, I do have a circle here. Doo-doo! It's not quite as big as I want it to be. Excuse me, and I think this is the same size. Oh, it's bigger. Oh, I could have it two-tone. That might work in with all these guys. Probably, so sometimes when I do this, just FYI, when I go to finish a card, for instance, the Buffalo Burgers, which this is totally, again, I have a Bison Farm, so we eat Buffalo Burgers here for sure. So that's what I think of this guy, this Buffalo Burger of mine. Clearly, in case you were like, "Whoa," this is a piece that I had just handy. I totally need to back it with that. So often when I get off screen, like the goodbye and hey, thanks for coming out, then I make you imagine that this is the right color. Whether it might be a brownish, but I totally am going to put it misty. I'm pretty like 92% sure. But sometimes when there's colors, all of a sudden I'll be like, oh, hey, imagine this to be a different color. In this case, that's not working for me, period. So let's get rid of that. This we might need a white neutral in this one to calm down some stuff here. Okay, so the only thing that I have really going on that I'm working with is I saw this cool card. So this is from the Boho kit that we had a while ago. Full disclosure, I'm 92% sure that I have a couple left over. If you want them, touch base with me because I can help you out with that. Shipping is not great, but if I take it out of the box, I think I could spread it out and we could ship it for like $6 probably. Anyways, I took the card and I cut it apart. I lined the inside of it and I cut it at a diagonal. So what I'm basically going to try and do is sort of these pieces. Excuse me. I had a really good supper tonight too. Just let me tell you, tomatoes and grilled peppers, and shawarma chicken and bulgur rice and a yogurt dressing. That was so yummy. Okay, so I'm gonna cut this at an angle. I thought I brought my cutter over. I guess I didn't. What was I thinking? It's right here. Oh my goodness. So I'm moving things around a little bit, and I just knocked my garbage over. It's not quite in the right spot. It's okay. All right, so when you go to cut a diagonal card like this, I'm going to cut from there all the way down to there. So super simple in this case, no measuring, just cutting. So I'm going to put them into the ditch, as we call it. So I'm lining up here, and then I got to move this, and then I got to double check that it's there to there. When you go to cut, because it's at a weird little angle, start in the middle, go up, and then come back down to the other end, okay? And then that piece you can use somewhere, i.e. you might actually end up, no, you won't in this case, never mind. Okay, okay, and so then I will want to have, looking at this little guy, I'm thinking, oh yeah, I'm gonna need to have, obviously, a piece in here. Because this is going to be the inside of the card, it sure makes sense to have a piece of white. So I will want to have a nice piece of white. I think the best way to do that is to get a full piece of paper in there. So I'm going to do a full, like I'm not going to do the 5.5 by 4, but I'm going to do a generous 5.25 by 4, and I'll bring it over so you can see what I'm up to. And then, oh, so I've got a whole white thing there, and I'm also going to bring over some DSP, and I have, this would have worked good, I had the new in colors. Oh, and I used the peach. I don't think the peach is looking really great with that though. Let's see. I have a neutral. Let's see what's in the neutral pack. Do I have anything heather? Let's see what's in this one. Is there Highland Heather in this? No. No. So sometimes it's good if you pay attention to what the heck you're doing before you start. I am running blind with my colors right now, can I just tell you? Okay, in this case, because I'm going to do a cut line, I want it to be hidden. So I'm going to put it like this, but I'll cut it in half, but basically I'm going to use the bottom half. All right. So again, from end to end. And you don't want to do it this way, obviously, because it's not going to be the right way. You want to go the same way that the cut is. Ditch to ditch, and then also starting it up just a little bit, going down and then back up. If you try to go through your tip, it'll curl the paper and it won't make you happy. You'll be like, that makes me cranky. That's what I would say. Okay, I'm going to zoom back again afterwards and you'll see why my desk looks the way it does, because it's crazy. So we're working with Highland Heather just because it's the color of the week, dang it. So work with it. No, I'm just teasing. So we would love to see your creations with your Highland Heather. This is going to go inside here. And to be totally honest with the birds that I have here, you may see me, I'm going to go ahead and glue this in, but you're going to maybe see me totally ditch efforts on this. And I'll redo this with a whole new card. You'll see it with flowers or something. For right now, I'll put it together best as I can with the color choices I've made. Woo! They're a doozy. And I'm just going to bring this guy in here. And hopefully, probably be a little bit better if I had the other piece ready to go. Now with this color, that's a little bit unfortunate. I never thought of that. Look at that, I was able to save it. I'm just gonna go trim this just a smidgen, since it's off. I was gonna just move it over, but I actually think I'll just trim it just a smidge. Hold on a second. Whew, I think I got lucky. Cross your fingers. Okay, I will give you a big hint. I think this would have been a really good idea. Take your two pieces of like whatever you're going to do up here, stack them. When you cut them in half, then they will actually match each other. Right now I might be a little bit hooped in my matching, hey? So this does have a fun, I don't know what paper this is from. So that you know, I'm kind of very keen on using whatever we have. So this will go probably with these guys, but this is the neutrals paper. These guys, I don't think these are on, well, maybe they are on sale. Oh, that's a pretty color. I could do some navy. There's grays. So these are called the neutrals, and they've got Blackberry Bliss in here, which might be kind of nice. Yeah, that's what I'm going to use. Pecan Pie, Smoky Slate, Mossy Meadow, Misty Moonlight. Oh, Misty Moonlight. So this is Misty Moonlight. Okay, we're not using this paper for this card. It might get used for the other one. There is also Night of Navy. So what is the difference between Misty Moonlight and Night of Navy? Oh, that is. Okay, I've got that. And that's pretty too. All right, and then this is pretty. So I really like these papers, actually. I think I might go back to the drawing board with my order forms. I might like that. Oh, I like that, I think. Okay, so I'm going to do this guy. And I think he'll be pretty with some leaves. So I have to make the decision whether or not I want leaves or the stripes. And I'm going to cut him down to size. Again, that 5 by 5 1/4 by 4 1/2. And okay, so I'm going to cut it at 4. I am talking to myself. Could you hear me whispering? 5 1/4 by 4. And because I did a generous one, yeah, that's why I was had a little bit too much not to drink. That's Friday night's game. Okay, cut that guy. So what I would suggest is take your piece and your white piece and stack it. And then when you cut, those two pieces will definitely line up. Whereas right now, maybe not so much. So I'm going to cut the same way as I've been the whole time. I'm just going to use this top part instead this time. We're going to hope that it matches up really nice. I am going to use the leafy side, so I'm cutting this side. Because otherwise, it actually wouldn't work. Like, I can't use this side. Like, it's important which side you cut it on, okay? So thankfully, or good thing, I want to do it this way. And now, hopefully this whole thing will fit in here. I'm not loving my heather. And once I get all these guys in here, I'm going to be like, whoa, baby. All right, so I'm going to, I don't think I like this any better, do I? Oh, yeah, I probably do. All right. Hang on one moment, please. Please, people, hang on. I'm not going to work with Highland Heather, not because I don't like it. It's just I colored wrong. And I started, in mind, when I pulled the birds, I knew I had one done already for coloring. So, and I tried to blend towards this with these guys, but somewhere I have some books too. I have this beautiful, these papers in this to boot. So I'm going to do a tone on tone. I'm going to pull out my Summer Splash, same leafy guy, same cut exactly as I just did. Repeat, take 2, cut, take 2. So cutting it by 4. Oh, dang it, by 5 1/4. Oh yeah, did I do that last time? Yes, I did, I think. Okay. I always like to cut up towards there so I don't pull it away and make a little mess. And I'm going to cut this guy again, just paying attention that I'm cutting this way, yeah. Ditch to ditch. I think you can see this ditch too, can't you? I'm totally in the ditch there. And I'm going to come in. Did I not have to cut up and down? I don't feel like I said it, but I definitely should. Oh, I was a little late. I'm like, oh, it's 9 o'clock. I'm late. I'm late. Okay. And then I also have to cut this card. So we'll do that as well. This is take 2 on this one too. So cutting from this corner down to here to make a fold. Fancy fold. I'm going to Stampin' Up! Dealio this Saturday, and I'm part of a shoebox swap, and I'm kind of thinking actually that I might do this little easy fancy fold, because it's not that difficult once you get your colors. I know I'm making it look difficult, but it's not. Okay, so that guy's going to go in there. This guy's going to go in here. Doesn't that look nicer? This makes me happier already. So I want to put these guys together. I'm going to have them meet right up, but you could have them cross over as well if you needed to. And that's going to look pretty snazzy, but I need to have them laying down slightly so I know what I'm doing. So be good. Pay attention to your gluing situation. Okay, so in here. So I'm watching, my straightness and my gapping and hoping. And then this guy, it had a little bit of tack, so that made it easier. Now I can glue and it'll stick. Okay. Now I want these guys to butt up. Full disclosure, I should probably do any stamping that I was going to do on him also, but it's okay. We got this. And hopefully then he's not only butting up here, but he's got a nice space around him, and he does, I think. This guy just about covers him up. So close, but so far. And I'm not sure why he would be crooked-eyed, but it's all okay. It'll all work. He's fine. Pretty sure I don't have a lot of leverage anymore. Let's see. No, I don't think so. Ooh. I don't know if that made very much difference. No, I'm not going to worry about it. It's just paper. I will say sometimes I obsess about that. I really do. But in reality, for the second that somebody brings out the card, they look at it, they would be able to see it for a nanosecond. And then for the whole rest of the time, it's open on their thing totally like that. So they never see it again. Do you know what I mean? They're not going to be like, oh, look, she didn't do that right. Only another card maker will for a nanosecond, and then they'll learn from it. So that's good. Okay, so there's that dealio. And now I'm going to put this, and I might not need this to be white anymore, but I'm going to stamp this in shaded Summer Splash, and I'm going to stamp. Okay, so one of my very favorite backgrounds of all time was this little sunburst, which just perfectly went with that guy. Because this guy's leaving, I'm going to try it with Sketch Plaid. Not sure about the pattern, so let's find out about the pattern here. Just to be easy, I'm just going to stamp him right on here. So I'll just ink him up in here. Okay, and then I'll just flip him over onto here. And then I'll take a block and press him down. Press him there and press him there. Hey, Catherine, how you doing? Hey, Marlene. Whoopsie-doo. Hopefully he didn't. Oh, isn't that pretty? Okay, hopefully. I'll set that aside to clean up, obviously, later. Like I said, you'll know why I have the mess, because look at all the product I'm using just right this very second. Ay, ay, ay. Okay, so this guy's going to come in here, and he can be at an angle of some kind or another. That looks okay. I like it, actually. And then I'm going to have some books. I might need to ground these guys a little bit, but I'll have him on the books. My little orange guy has a bright spot of happiness here. So maybe he needs to be on the books, and this guy will be up over here. And then we need, what do you call it? I'm just going to fold this for 1 second this way. He just doesn't want to be lying down. It's driving me crazy, can I say? Ooh, I just flipped him off. I flipped the bird. I'm so funny. I crack me up. Okay, I'm going to put this guy. Do I want him like that? like that. No, that's too square. I think I like them like that. Okay, so I'm going to put a little glue right here. And I'm going to put him here, and I'm going to put just a little bit of glue right along the edge here so he's on the edge here. And then a little sentiment. Now this, for the birds, what do they have? Anything? No sentiments in here. There is some leaves that I think I would like a couple leaves. Maybe. I might not. But I might. Okay. I'm going to stamp the leaves. Yes, I'm talking to myself as much as I'm describing what I'm doing to you. And then I'm going to color these guys. I'm going to bring in that more of the blue because I'm kind of liking it. Summer splash. Summer lovin' had me a blast. Summer lovin' happened so fast. Met a bird crazy for me. Met a girl. Do 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 do. Tell me more, tell me more. What do you think? That's obviously the high-pitched side. Did the boys sing that high-pitched? I think this is one of the colors that I didn't think there was a big difference between the light and the dark. Clearly. If I want to have a little more accent, I'll come back in one stroke. All right. When I'm cutting this out, I'm going to keep them attached, I think. That's the idea. Let me know if I should have dies for this and I'm busy cutting. The birds seem easy, but these leaves, I'm like, are they all together? Cutting, and it's so quiet when I'm cutting. Is it nice to hear just quiet? I think I'm close enough that you can see. I'm sorry, I forget that I should zoom in and out. I can zoom in a little tiny bit as I'm building this guy now. And this is just a matter of, I may come back and put the three separate, but at this point. Okay, so I do need an expression. We could have, something a little bit to do with books, but you're simply the best, or you're simply amazing. I actually like this, you're the best, but it's not actually the right height, what I'm trying to do. We're not having coffee right now. What is this, Otterly? I love the otters. I think they're done too. Love you lots with books. Love you lots. Oh, you guys. I was telling somebody, this is where I get a little bit, oh, what should I put? Sorry, I am totally quiet because I'm over here picking out the words, for goodness sakes. Oh, yeah. Okay, there's a hello. I think it's two. I'm just going to do this love you lots. It's exactly the size I want it to be. So let's go with that. Oh, where is it? Love you lots. Oh, you guys. I see my otters over here, but not the Love You Lots. I have Otterly. This is supposed to be part of there, but that's not good. All right, take 2 on Thoughts. Okay, You Make My Heart Smile. That'll work. You make my heart. You make my heart breathe over my brain. Okay, so that is one song, and then the other one, You Make My Heart Sing. Ooh, and what's that one? I need my people who help me with my tunes that I have half in my head as I'm doing them. I'm totally making up words for it right now, but okay. You make my heart sing. So I'm doing that's totally a Carole King is what I'm thinking right now. But before that, it was like something else. Okay, so this is, I'm going to put this in the middle of this one because I might want it to be this thick regardless. Oh my gosh, look how awesome that is. Hoorah. So this is all being done in Summer Splash, which they made me sing. Okay, and then here I'm just going to do a whoop. And I'm going to leave that one straight at this point. We'll see how it goes. And I would like it to be on a piece of something. I'm not quite sure what color. And he is dark enough that I almost will cover him up, but not be worried about it, I think. And we're going to have him, so we need to move everything up so he can be down here. And then do I want these leaves that I pedantically cut out? You guys are like, well, I don't know if you do. Why do you want those leaves? I don't know. Felt like I wanted them. And now, the question of the day. Who knows how to make love stay? The color behind there. So, full disclosure as we're working on this. I would probably, hi Keisha, I will keep him probably that color, maybe not. Maybe I will change him out and use him somewhere else and make another brighter color with this. I actually probably will pull in a little Petunia Pop, but I don't think I want a Petunia Pop back. So I kind of feel like I might want a little bit of his color, despite that he's there. But I think that is the color that I want. So I need a little tiny piece of pie, peach pie. And I think I need it to be oh, this is not wide enough. Rats, hang on. I do like how thick that is, so I need it to be, I think I need it to be 1 inch. I think that must be 3/4 of an inch wide. Let's try 1 inch and see how I make out. So all of these pieces, I love all of them. So I totally will just use these books in a whole nother world. I like the books actually. I just might change him to be a Petunia Pop. But what I'm planning here is this. So it isn't that wide. I would need him to be 3/4 of an inch. But anyways, okay. And then turn this over. I'll just match this to this. Actually, this is good. Okay. And that I like. So he looks okay. I might leave him. I kind of like the leaves just sort of randomly there. And then I need, where am I going to put this? Hang on a second. So again, I'm working with this idea. Okay, so I'll bring this in here so you can see sort of what I'm fussing with now. So I'm just kind of trying to use this layout, and I've got too long of a, actually I will come back in with a slightly smaller sentiment so that he can go over top, and then I think I quite like this way. So I just need a smaller sentiment, if that makes sense what I'm saying. I think it does, right? So pretend like that works. I'm going to get a piece so I'm not just holding constantly. Get a little piece of tape here before I glue them on. But basically I'm going to glue. So I will get a slightly smaller, right? Just pretend this is a perfect sentiment. And you're like, that is so perfect, Laura. You're amazing. Yes, I am. Thank you. Thank you very much. And then we'll put him down here as well. And the books. Here we go. Here's like put that down. And like I said, I like these little leaves just kind of hanging out here for no good reason. And then he's going to be here. So this whole thing has to be pushed up just a bit. And that is my card, my friends. So what did I decide? I need a smaller sentiment. And I think I'll leave him that color. And he's just coming up to it. Ta-da! Kind of fun. So that's working. That's an idea of working with a layout that I kind of liked. Okay, that all being said, I think, see, I have matching paper here and I forgot about that. I will need to use a different piece of paper. Oh no, this one I can do. So I will glue this guy on here underneath there as well. And then I've got that. Thanks for the hearts, you guys. I like it. I think that's kind of a fun guy. So I might change out him to a slightly different color, but basically I think this is working for me. If you're wondering and you were on here earlier and you're like, well, what happened to Highland Heather? I will just make another one with our beautiful butterflies and you're going to see a whole nother card. Da, 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 da. So I love it. Yay! Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I've run late, but for the people watching, I think I'm still under an hour. I just was late coming on. So thank you so much for hanging out with me. I am back on live at 8. It'll be great tomorrow night at 8. We'll see you live. Thanks so much for hanging out with me. Bye-bye.